Vielleicht haben wir ja mit IDs. Hier drin. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. It's really kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Oha. Hallöchen. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Oh, eine Stimme auch langsam nicht mehr mit bei Gumshoe. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'll give you no problem. Go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, chief of police Gant. Will loan anyone $50, even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today. Boss for a day. But guess what? You got a permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Scene of the stabbing of a detective at the PD. Lass mal sehen. Achso, ja, okay. Wunderbar. Ich danke, Gumshoe. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day. That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But you're a boss. Why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? I don't have it anymore. They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe. Ah, of course! I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. Well, I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? And trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case. Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end of Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed, so only one detective can open it. Using their ID card. Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles. On the other side of the handle is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it, you get a shock. You get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force who don't know about the fingerprint locks. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights when it's open. Okay. So langsam zeichnet sich ein Bild ab, was ich verdammt gut finde. Aber es ist extrem langsam, aber genauso habe ich es gern. Er hat ja gesagt, vielleicht kann er uns mehr über SL9 sagen. Dann würde ich sagen, zeigen wir ihm das. Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Okay. Goody, goody. Ups. Ups. Nee, schon gut. Wobei der Raum echt nicht schlecht aussieht. Sieht aber eher aus wie eine Umkleide in In einem Schwimmbad irgendwie. Zu einem gewissen Grad. Ich glaube, wir können da hinten wieder sprayen übrigens, wenn wir da hinten hinkommen, heißt das. Ja. So. Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So, it was a murder. A serial killing. Serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Ashworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago. I put Mr. Ashworth right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh, what do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. What in here? What's this? Blood. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Allerdings. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Moment, Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out of some kind of absent-minded detective. It's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove added to the court record. Moment. Lass mich noch mal kurz hier ein Foto angucken dazu. Nee, nicht das. Das hier, genau. Ah, nee, okay. Sie hat hier Gloves an beiden Seiten. An beiden Händen. Fluid. Let's Ich will sprayen! Ups. Das waren Sticky Keys. Ups da. Wie kann ich sprayen? Vielleicht mal hier einfach... Ah, okay, also einfach mit Enter. Okay, look, there's one. This one's open and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. I'm not sure about the dreams. It won't open. But you really think it would? Hey pal, our security is high-tech around here. Logischerweise. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art. I noticed that there is a blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we are witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Anscheinend. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room. Man muss es irgendwo machen anscheinend, logisch, klar. Ach, hier oben auch noch. Oh, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. It's apparently from the case. The case. The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there. Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. It was in. Okay, you want to try to put it back together. Ah, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh, Jesus. Wait, what? What? Moment. Ah. Hä? Moment. Okay, wir können Tetris damit machen, praktisch. Okay. Ah, okay, jetzt sehe ich es gerade. Okay. So? Ja. Okay. Next ist das hier. Na. Nee, das schon mal nicht. Das auch nicht. Das vielleicht? Nee. Dann müsste das hier sein. Auch nicht. What the fuck? So? Nee? Ah! Ich dachte, das wäre ein größeres Teil. Genauso wie hier. Okay. Oh, schade. Nur auf Nummer sicher gehen. Hab ich mir schon gedacht, dass das nichts wird. Das scheint ja auch nicht. Nee. So? Ja. Nope. Das hier? So. Mhm. Okay. Muss ja das hier sein. So. Nee. Ich glaube schon... Das kann ja eigentlich... Doch, das. Okay. Sah runder aus. Nips. So. Mhm. Huh. Well, I think we did it. But some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. But some pieces were some pieces stolen. I bet they were missing to begin with. Still. Doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. Jar pieced back together from fragments found in the crime scene. A piece is missing. Uh-huh. Okay. Wrighto. Schauen wir mal durch hier. Ob wir noch irgendwas haben, was uns eventuell einen Hinweis geben könnte. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are 2 things that bother me. 1, why are some of the pieces missing? 2, doesn't it seem like a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember this next time I make a jar. Alrighty. Was ist denn hier eigentlich für ein Equipment? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's just a personal pole. I never did get around to using it. DR9. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal? That's a metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case out on Gord Lake, remember? Alright. Well, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a box sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy on solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box. You can't judge a person or a machine by the cover. You gotta look at it their heart. Oder Anschluss. Was haben wir hier? There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slop. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves the evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. That's all those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square on the forehead. Better him than us? Yep. Vor allem was Target Practice angeht. So, wir können hier sprayen. Ah, Spray. Ach, hier soll... Ah. Hier soll ich sprayen. Oder? Oh, Moment! What? Hier war was. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. It just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh, I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. I better jot this down on the floor plans. Ja, definitiv. Slide. Vielleicht haben wir hier noch irgendwas, aber ich glaube fast nicht, ja? Ha! Ach, klar. It must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of the locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Good idea. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Oh, good. Oh, good. I knew it. This is someone's right fingerprint. What? What's the matter? What's the matter, Detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours. Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Ich glaube, es hat nichts mit Gumshoe zu tun. Wahrscheinlich, wenn es irgendjemand ist, der ermordet worden wäre und es ist ein Flut... Obwohl, nee, dann wenn wir hier unten sprayen, auch noch Blutflecken logischerweise sehen. Wollte sagen, wenn derjenige irgendwie angestochen wurde, dass er einfach so sich dran gelehnt hat und eben ne, so weitergegangen ist. Aber wäre das der Fall, Nummer 1, würden wir hier unten, wenn wir hier unten sprayen, Blutlachen sehen und wir würden hier wahrscheinlich auch noch unter anderem hier auch noch Blut sehen und hier eben einen weiteren Handabdruck, logischerweise, wenn er sich weiter abgestützt hat. Also kann es das schon mal nicht sein. Okay, gucken wir mal, ob wir hier noch mehr haben. Keine Ahnung, warum ich gerade aus dem Menü raus bin. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who come in here on the day before the stabbing. I heard the rumors. There was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? The second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth! Ooh, what? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Okay. Okay. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to be going to? It's just that Mr. Ashworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Ashworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Allerdings, vor allem zu diesem Report vom guten Gumshoe. Auf dem fucking Restaurant-Flyer. Der wohl irgendwie auch noch was zu sagen haben wird. Gehe ich mal stark davon aus. Vielleicht ist er jetzt hier. Ach, Hallöchen. Ah, guests, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? They're standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Quite elegant, hmm? Right. He has the hotel bring him tea service. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office in Curry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. You. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think it was trying to console me somehow. The real info's on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Lass mal hören, Freundchen. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, I decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence. Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecutor attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control over the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Was Mr. Snake? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Ghent. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Oh, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Present. This. Alright, I better check this now. As I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Ghent, no less. The Chief of Police. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief has never wanted to explain himself. Allerdings. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Yep. Brought back to his office by Ghent's request. Stubborn as always, I told you it has nothing to do with the current case. Nah. Das sagen viele. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You're the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Den wir auch geklärt haben. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Nice. The SN9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. A wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. Also Marshall, mein Gott, also langsam kommt die Conspiracy auf jeden Fall zusammen. Police Officer Gant, Edgeworth, in irgendeiner Form, Miss Angel Star, Marshall, ja, und zu einem gewissen Grad eben hier Kollege Skidworth da, der jetzt momentan als Suspekt gilt. Vor allem die Nummer 7777 interessiert mich übrigens. Wir haben das ja auf diesem ID-Card-Report gesehen. Das ist die Zahl, die heraussticht irgendwie. Weil 7777 ist merkwürdig als Nummer. He was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Oh, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth. What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used a slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister, what? If you were still studying forensic science... yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal testing fluid, huh? Well then. You might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. Ooh. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me, are you sure? We are the enemy, you know? Ich habe eine Idee. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Ooh, thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Nee, wir nehmen das. Okay, I have an idea. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Yup, genau das meine ich. Let's go right back to... Oh, Miss Angel Star's weg. To this, and then this, and then this. Yes, perfect. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Mehrere. Here in this blood on Detective Gumshoe, Detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Nice. Let's go. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Wäre der Daumen. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Doch. Quit prosecuting and choose a finger. Gerne. Den könnten wir nehmen, aber ich glaube, der hier ist am klarsten. Okay, now, it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. How do you do that? With enter. See. Ah. It looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh. How do I do that? Ah ja, natürlich. Mit dem DS war das dann mit... hier mit. Ins Mikrofon. With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See. Ah, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. Won't go up your nose or anything. Just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Okay, let's do that. I want to say extra thick. So. Like cocaine. So. Okay. Aha, you did it. You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck. The person who left his handprint must have worn gloves. Ah, okay. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. It's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. Alright, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints. Looking at the locker again closely. Another finger? It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Ach so, hier. Ja. Logisch. Okay. Let's do it. So. And a blow. Yes. Whoops. Blow. Thank you. Okay, vielleicht brauchen wir hier noch ein bisschen mehr. Ach, wir müssen gar nicht Enter drücken. Wir können einfach hier die ganze Zeit links klicken. Macht das Ganze natürlich ein bisschen leichter. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. There's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. Huh. How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Gumshoe. Schauen wir mal. Gumshoe. Ja, auf jeden Fall. Nice. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. I guess we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Yup. Natürlich. Let's examine. This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right? Right. That was a handprint here. Okay. You want to try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints. Leave it be. Natürlich check for prints. Let's go. It's a spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Alright. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Ah, wo der andere Finger in dem Fall gewesen wäre. Ja, okay, das macht Sinn. Okay, let's dust it a bit. Boom. Boom. Okay, das war noch nicht genug. Wir brauchen hier noch ein bisschen klareres Bild. Boom. Jawohl. Okay. Definitiv, also definitiv nicht Gunn, definitiv nicht Meekins. Definitiv Marshall. Mit einer blutigen Hand wohlgemerkt. Hey, these fingerprints, they... Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Found on a bloody handprint, yep. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. On a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall... Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. You better believe it. To be continued. The case is thickening. Liebe Freunde, the case is fucking thickening. Und als nächstes geht's wahrscheinlich rein in das Trial. Day 3 Trial Former allerdings. Und wir haben das Trial Latter. Aber wir beginnen logischerweise mit dem Trial Former. Let's fucking go.